Hello, I'm Howard Wiseman from Wiseman Cases here in London. We make a whole range of clarinet cases, and that's what I'd like to show you today. We make everything from single E flat clarinet all the way through to contrabass, and amongst others we'll show you our best-selling bass clarinet case, which takes 3 sopranos as well, and our super small double clarinet case. So we're going to have a quick look at the outside of the Wiseman clarinet cases. The thing that they have in common is that they're all either tubular or as close to that shape as we can manage, so perhaps oval with some of the bigger cases. This gives us the greatest crush resistant shape, the lowest surface area, which helps keep the weight down, and also the most compact size, so that it's amazing how much you can fit into a small space. So this is the single clarinet case. We also do a smaller size actually for the E flat clarinet. So this is a 3-inch size shell, and this is a 4-inch diameter shell. And there are a couple of different versions of this with the final finish. These have a leatherette covering, which keeps the weight down to a minimum, just as strong as real leather and long lasting, and it has metal catches on the end. If you were to upgrade the external appearance and you wanted real leather of whatever colour, it would be made with our Velcro system. There wouldn't be metal locks on anymore, and it would be far more akin to our doubles, triples and quads, where you simply flick the corners open and within seconds the case is open or closed. And basically we avoid using any zippers. We have a lifetime guarantee on all of our cases, so it's either a metal catch or the Velcro system, both of which will last a lifetime. So the single clarinet case has a single shoulder strap, a single handle, and it will also have a full A3 size music pocket that wraps around the centre and has a buckle belt that just tightens it around the volume of music that you have. Moving on to the double clarinet case, which is extremely compact. Here we have 2 examples of the same size shell, but with the different constructions and covering that comes with them. So this is the wooden shell, lightweight wooden shell, very hard case, and it has a leather covering, and this uses the Velcro opening and closing system that I've referred to already. It has a handle effectively on either half of the case, and these come together in the centre. They're sort of pulling the 2 halves together effectively. The full A3 size music pocket on the outside, and these from this size upwards come with a pair of shoulder straps and pads, so you can wear these as a backpack. Now if you want this case but in carbon fibre, the real benefit of the carbon fibre is that it's half the weight. They are incredibly strong and incredibly light, and this basically is identical in every way other than the finish looks like carbon fibre because it is real carbon fibre, and it has marine grade locks which are designed such that if they accidentally flick open, you still have to twist the lever at 180 degrees or else the case cannot open. So they're foolproof in terms of security. These have the 2 handles that come together in the middle, and the carbon fibre ones also have a handle on the end. So that's a brief look at the outsides of the case, what comes with them, the straps, the music pockets, and now we can move on and talk about the insides of these cases. So now we're going to talk about the inside of the cases, and the smallest case that we make is for the E flat clarinet. So we can do these in carbon fibre or in the wooden and leather construction, and this really is a bit of a magic trick. It's unbelievably small, and we managed to fit the instrument in here using both halves of the case, and we actually suspend the instrument in here. So on the inner side we have the main body with the bell attached, and on the outer side we have the barrels, the mouthpiece and the storage, and when that closes up it all clamshells together and is self-supporting from one half to the other. And the beauty of all of these cases is they open on your lap just like a tray, so there is no lid effectively. So that is the E-flat case, and in a moment we can have a look at the single B-flat and A case. So this is the slightly larger shell, the 4-inch shell, which will take the B-flat or the A. Effectively the case is set up to take the A clarinet, which is of course the larger of the two, and then there are plugs which attach into the routed areas that reduce it to the B-flat size. It's a given that you're going to use it 99% of the time for the B-flat, but it's a nice twist that you can pull those plugs out and instantly put an A clarinet in should you wish to do so. So these have a routed velvet covered bed of the most fantastic lightweight shock absorbing material, and again we're utilising both halves of the case equally. So we've got the long joint and the bell separate in one half, and then the top joint, the barrels and the mouthpiece and some storage in the outer half. And again, when you close the case up, you've got a beautifully supportive case where everything inside is supported from what's going on the opposite side, and there is a cushion that folds down between the two as a very important psychological barrier as well. So now we can have a look at the double clarinet case. So these are our double clarinet cases. They're amongst our best-selling cases because they're so small. There are many single clarinet cases the same sort of volume that these are. And the beauty with these, again, is they open up to form the most wonderful lap tray. Just opens up on your lap, and there is a clarinet in either half. So on the inner side there's a B-flat, the A goes on the outer half, and there is storage, a good amount of storage at the end of each of those two instruments. Now, all of these cases are bespoke, they're handmade. So if, for example, you wanted one of these to take a B-flat and an E-flat, for example, that would be no problem. Similarly, if you wanted one to take the B-flat and the A, and you wanted the E-flat interchangeable with the A, these are all things that we can do, and you'd need only to discuss those with us by contacting us by email or giving us a telephone call. Now, similarly, these are all set up as standard with routed beds, just like the single clarinet case. Routed rubber, velvet covered, all keywork free to operate, cushioning between the two halves when you bring them together. But if you wanted them suspended, for example, that is something that we can do, and you would have only to contact us again and to discuss how you would like the instrument set up. Similarly, if you have a preference between bells on or bells off, or various joints connected, all of this can be done, and you have only to discuss with us what your wish list is, and that's what we will make for you. And that, I think, completes our double case. We've made a great number of triple and quad clarinet cases over the years, and one thing that has become clear is that no two cases are exactly the same. So we don't have a standard model for that combination. We make exactly what the client needs, and obviously there's a number of different mouthpieces, different barrels, sometimes the ability to swap over between different size or thickness of barrels, joints together, joints separated, sometimes swapping an instrument over, so we might be asked to make a triple case that takes any 3 clarinets, but might be able to take 4 or even 5 different clarinets. So if that's something that suits your needs, is a case that you would use a lot, then you would have only to discuss with us how you want it to be used, what variations there might be in the way that you use it, and that's something that we can build for you. Again, it can be in any of the different finishes or constructions, carbon fibre, wood, leather, whichever, but those are really what we view as quite bespoke cases because everyone does have slightly different needs. So if it's a triple or a quad you're after, let's have a chat about what ideally you would like it to do for you. Amongst our most popular and best-selling cases for many years now have been the bass clarinet case. Now originally we had two sizes made of a wooden construction. One was precisely this size, this is our carbon fibre one, and that in a wooden construction would carry the bass clarinet to low C and a pair of clarinets, B flat and an A for example. Then we had one that was just 10 centimetres longer that provided more storage. That was model B. Both fantastic cases, both incredibly strong, protective, and probably the only case in the world where you would be able to take a bass clarinet and a pair of clarinets onto an aeroplane as hand luggage, because it was so small and inconspicuous when it was hanging over your shoulder or on your back. Now, the only way we could improve on that model, which we made for many, many years, and we still make and sell many of those now, was to make it much lighter. And that's where carbon fibre, which is unbelievably strong and light, came into play. Carbon fibre is not cheap, but it is 20 times stronger than its own weight in steel. And this pretty much halves the weight of the cases that we make in wood and leather. I stress that they are not heavy, they're lighter than most bass clarinet cases that are out there, and of course ours take a pair of clarinets as well. But this has been a major upgrade. That is a heavy load, a bass clarinet and a pair of clarinets in any case. And to then halve the weight of the case itself into also what is the most incredibly compact shell has been a real winner. And in fact, there's been an enormous further bonus with the carbon fibre model, which is that although it is exactly the same external size as the wood and leather case, the walls are thinner and the construction is so strong that we don't need such thick edging on the inside perimeter. So that has given us more internal space. So by suspending every joint of the instrument so that all the keywork is free to operate as if you're playing the instrument, we've also found enough room to suspend up to 3 soprano instruments. So your B flat and your A are there, ready to reach for at a moment's notice, and underneath or between them is the E flat. If you're not carrying the E flat, that area becomes storage. And even with the case fully loaded, there is still plenty of storage, a sensible amount of storage that remains for your reed boxes and obviously your barrels, necks, mouthpieces, that sort of thing. So this has become probably our best-selling case across the whole orchestral range that we make for, and it really is beautifully light and wonderfully small. This is actually the very first carbon fibre case we ever made. It's our copy model. This has travelled the world and is still in mint condition. And the only change from the images that we're showing you are that we no longer velvet line the bed of the case. It's actually even lighter to line the case with a rubber sheet, which gives excellent thermal protection, and to just use velvet on the tops of the blocks for the final trimmings and cosmetic finish. So this is the carbon fibre version, and obviously it's got the marine grade locks, the backpacks, everything that we've spoken about earlier. We can move on now to the even larger cases. The contrabass clarinet. Well, there's a bit of a problem. They're rather big and extremely heavy. They're also very expensive, but they really deserve to be protected very, very well. And you really deserve, if you're handling the case, not to have your whole experience ruined by something that is so heavy and so bulky in the cases with which they are provided. So many years ago now, we actually brought out a carbon fibre contrabass case specifically for the beautiful Selma rosewood wooden instrument that is so popular amongst high-level players. And you can see from the images, we have really made this as compact as possible. Again, we've made it as round as possible. It's got a very, very oval shape running through the whole case. It's incredibly strong. And we've also added wheels to this shell to make the experience of moving it around far, far easier. And the wheels are the highest quality longboard wheels, the most shock absorbing type that you can buy in the world. and the longevity is incredible. These are designed for thousands of miles of abuse. They've got ball bearings. We've put a stainless steel chassis right through the case. So it's not a bolt-on, it's actually built through the whole shell of the case, and then the wheels, nuts and bolts are replaceable, but you'd have to go quite a few thousand miles before they need replacing. So we've really built, we believe, the most fantastically compact package, an elegant shape, and we've even managed to put whole stands in there as well, which is a custom job. We'd need the actual stand, but it's a beautiful case, and if you play this instrument or are considering buying one, this could be an essential tool for both looking after it and transporting it. Thank you so much for visiting this YouTube video and having a look with me at the various clarinet cases. If you're interested in us making a case for you, it may be fairly standard, but if you have any preferences and any things that need individual attention, you have only to discuss that with us through email or by telephone. Anything bespoke, for example, if you wanted a bass clarinet case but you wanted it on wheels, that is something that we can do. If you wanted pink leather with red stitching, we can do that. We can do anything that you want. These cases are made for you to be your dream case. All of them have a lifetime guarantee. So when you invest in a Wiseman case, you really are looking after both the instrument and hopefully your own health and comfort for the rest of your career. And yeah, we look forward to hearing from you and working with you and supporting you through any purchase or purchases in the future. Simply contact us on www.wisemancases.com or directly through to our email sales@wisemancases.com, and we'd be delighted to work with you and build your dream case for you.